Hey friends, welcome back to Let Me Find Out. And as you can see, we have the cast here of Curvy Girls Rock.
Hey.
So what I'd like to do is go around. Can everybody say their name and the name of the character that they play? Starting over here.
Yeah. My name is Nathan Ramsey. I play Shane.
All right.
Shakisha Williams, I wrote the damn thing.
I'm Nick Bombasino, I play Bruce.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Sanis, and I play Tony.
Hi, I'm Candace Bennett, and I play Lexi.
Hello, my name is Randall Holloway, and I'm playing the character Kadir.
All right, Kadir. Thanks for that. And what I would like to do, starting with you, is I want to talk about sex as I pull down my shirt and make sure my everything is in here right. So in the snippets that I've been able to watch, there's a lot of sex on this show. And we don't usually see curvy girls in these sexual situations. So I need somebody to chime in and talk about this curvy girl sex.
What do you want me to say?
Are you in sexual relationships with these curvy girls?
Well, my character is more of a positive black role model that we don't see on television a lot. I feel like that's the best way to kind of chime into that answer. I don't know if you're going to see any sex scenes with Kadir, but you might have to pay attention to season 2. You know, he might surprise you. Anyway, but I can't speak for the other cast members that are part of this project, and you know, I want to hear what y'all got to say. Who's in some sex scenes in this show?
I'll spill the beans.
So we're talking about sex scenes, and Nathan, tell us a little bit more about this relationship with Jazzy.
Jazzy and Shane have a very on-again, off-again relationship. And there is a sex scene and some other very intimate scenes between them two.
Feel to elaborate.
You have to watch the show to find out. So, you gotta watch the show to find out.
I know I'm in. I'm on his face like.
But I mean, I think it's great that Shakisha wrote this stuff in because you don't see it. So this sex scene that Shane and Jazzy have together is hot, and there are a few other intimate scenes, but you guys are just gonna have to watch and see, and it's a beautiful thing. Shakisha, thank you for writing that in.
You are welcome, my friend. Thank you for making it so easy.
Yeah, I mean you don't see a lot of that. You don't see curvy girls in very intimate situations. It's usually they're the funny friends or the punchlines to the joke, or they're just the funny characters and stuff like that. Other side of them is very intimate side of them, so I think it's great. You know, people are going to be pleasantly surprised when they watch it. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I like to be pleasantly surprised. And switching gears a little bit, as y'all know, my name is Alexis. And I know there's a character on the show named Lexi. So I need to know a little bit more about this Lexi and what she's doing on the show.
Lexi is a many things, you know. She's you know, just out here making sure that whatever has been hers is still hers. She's just out here.
I like that.
She is an ex to one of the other characters, Conroy, and you know, she kind of messed up in that situation, and when she realized that he's moved on, it's like, hold up, wait a minute, no you haven't. Come back here. So she's more of like a troublemaker on the show. You know, she's educated and sophisticated, but she's a troublemaker.
I like that she's a world traveler.
You know, she travels the world. She does a lot, but she knows what's hers. I'm just gonna keep it right there.
I love that you seeing these characters come to life. I love that you're still so engaged in it. Like, yeah, I wrote that. Yeah, you are that way, actually. That was intentional.
They are amazing. They bring all this stuff to light. It's just so amazing watching them do it on set. So,
Yeah, but
do it.
It was done so nicely, and it wasn't in a way of like, who are you? It was more of like,
Grown-up stuff.
Okay, I see what you're putting out to Conroy.
Yeah,
Like, hey, I see what you're putting out, so all right, you got my vote. I like.
So I know we have a couple cast members that aren't here. One of them by the names of Mark John Jeffries. So for those that don't know, I love him as Little C's. And I've definitely seen him in some of the clips. So can anybody chime in and tell me a little bit more about what it's like to work with him?
Okay, I'll tell you what it was like directing him. He's a consummate professional. He like made friends with everyone on set, made everyone feel comfortable. He made us laugh. Like I have so many takes with us just laughing at his responses in the scene. And it was just a wonderful experience getting a chance to work with him. Thanks to Randall, my wonderful producer. So yeah, that was a really great experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so moving on with the fellas, can I call you Bruce? Because I know that's your name of the show, right?
Yeah, sure.
So Bruce, do you have a relationship with one of these curvy girls?
I do. Well, yes, maybe a couple. We'll see. Depends on how you want to think of a relationship. But yeah, one of them is sitting right next to me. So.
Ooh, okay. Can we hear your take on this relationship?
I mean, it's complicated. No, I mean, Tony, my character, she is just ready for like the next step. Like she's been in so many different relationships that's just been up and down, and she is now ready to just one person all in, let's do this. And she feels like she's found that in Bruce.
Okay.
So you'll have to definitely watch and see if that's actually gonna.
I was gonna say like,
that.
Bruce, Tony, ready?
Yeah.
You ready? You seem like
Yeah, Bruce is ready, but just not. You don't necessarily know for what.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
You know what I really like about like this storyline is that they're really good people. You know, like they're really good. You know, they work hard. They're like good, honest people, and they're still caught up in like
Still complicated. Yeah.
you know, foolery.
Right.
So
Right.
it just goes to show that life is never just a straight line. It just has all these ebbs and flows. So that's what I really like about that whole storyline.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I'm so here for the ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
Flowing on down to the end of the line, Randall. So what's going on with your character? I'm looking to get some steam, some love from you, but you're saying you're in
Baby.
a supporting role. So what's going on?
You ain't gonna find no steam. You just gonna have to watch the show.
Okay, everybody keeps telling me to watch the show.
Well,
What I'm trying to say is-
well, I'll say this about Kadir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
please.
completely say this about Kadir. I think that Kadir is very ambitious, and like on his way, he is the assistant at a museum, but he's more like a right hand to the character Zuri. So I think with Kadir, we're gonna see a lot of his growth when we go into season 2.
Okay, that's the
Yeah.
writer. She's so
Thank you.
Randall, aka Kadir, how do you feel about that? Do you agree as the character?
I feel that if I were to talk about Kadir, he has so many ways he can go in this show. He's kind of like a mystery character. He could be a villain, he could be a protagonist. It just all depends on how Shakisha wants him to translate to screen throughout the season. So I'm pretty much ready for wherever he's gonna go. I'm ready. Ready.
Okay.
Television with Kadir.
But I will tell you this, Randall Holloway is like kind of killing it behind the scenes, and he's been kind of our creative director for social media. I mean, when you talk about someone who is a team player, I really have to say the folks in this room really have become a family of sorts. Most of us have worked together for about a year now, a little more than a year, and it's been quite a journey, and they've been kind of ride or die. So when you talk about ride or die, you talk about Curvy Girls Ride and cast and crew.
The show hasn't even premiered yet, and we have all this buzz. Like, we just gave Randall this shout out. Like, how do we get here? Hashtag I want to know for my own show. How do you get all this press info before the show even comes out?
Can I answer that question? I feel like with most shows is that they don't focus a lot on building their audience before a show comes out. What they do is they film it, they get all their actors, and they do what they need to do, but they don't focus on their target audience. And I feel like what is making our show a little bit different is the fact that we know who our audience is. We know that our audience needs a voice. And so if you give somebody a little bit of something, like if you give somebody a little bit of sugar, they're gonna take it, right? And so that's what we've done with our audience, is that we've just given them a taste of something. And as the show proceeds, and as we continue to film the show and just go about it that way, we're gonna give them even more sugar and more and more. And so what that does is just, eventually when you have too much sugar, you get like,
Okay.
And then by that time, the show is gonna launch, and we'll have all of our followers, we'll have everybody that we need, all the press, all the bloggers that we're reaching out to.
So wait a minute. So we're the equivalent of diabetes. Awesome. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. I'm with it.
So it's just pretty much just giving people a little bit of a taste of something, just to keep the buzz going and going and going until they're just like, all right, when is it dropping?
I mean, and then originally we all kind of got together and did a photo shoot, which really kind of launched people talking about it. And even till this day, people go, like, I gotta see this. Where is it? So it's coming, guys. It's coming very, very soon.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it, and I'm over here taking notes for my show. Okay. But jumping back in, we had a gentleman who wants to talk a little bit more about sex, so that's what we're going to do.
All right. She helped us a lot with myself and Naima, who plays Jazzy. She helped us a lot, getting ready for the scene and rehearsing this very intimate scene. Yeah, that's me. Yep. Oh, there's Shane and Jazzy doing what they do, and and so I've seen the clips, and it was just so really awesome to take the time and like work our way there. Had we not had the time we had to practice that and rehearse and just kind of pour into it more and more, I don't think it would have came out the way it did. And you're gonna have to wait till it comes out.
Right, I still have to
See how
Hey friends, welcome back to Let Me Find Out. Here we are with the cast of Curvy Girls Rock. And before we get into some questions, check out this quick clip. I'm Alexis Flakes. This has been the cast of Curvy Girls Rock, coming to you in 2018. Curvy Girls Rock!